everyone, before I get started, make sure you subscribe to my channel and find me on Instagram to see more motherhood and beauty stuff. Today, I am gonna talk about my 5 favorite perfumes right now. Perfume number 1 is this one from Malone. It's actually one of the newest perfumes I've started wearing. It's called Jasmine, Sambac, and Marigold. And what I really like about this, so if you guys watch The Sass on Mixed Makeup, you might have seen the episode where Sharzad and I make our own perfume, our own signature scent. And if you kind of listen to what we like intense, like dark, really sexy kind of scents. I like a little floral. I love jasmine, but I always like for it to have a little less like of a light floral scent and more of like a deep dark scent. And so this one is perfect. It's like the perfume of my dreams. It seriously is. Jasmine, first off, you guys, Jasmine Sambac specifically is a white jasmine flower that's found in India and the Middle East, and it reminds me of my marriage and of my love, and that's because my husband is Indian, and when we got engaged, we went to India to have our puja, which is basically like an engagement party and a ceremony. Everything smelled like jasmine because they put like jasmine up on the gates and jasmine up on the walls and in the doorways, and they put a jasmine garland on me, and everything just smelled like jasmine, and it was beautiful. And you all know that scent is connected to memory, and every time I smell jasmine, I think about how much I love my husband, which is kind of I don't know, it's a nice reminder to put on a perfume and just kind of remember how much you love someone, because sometimes we can forget that. And this one is great because the top note is marigold, and just so you guys know, top notes are kind of like that first scent that you get when you put on your perfume, and it kind of disappears right away and moves into the middle note, which is called the heart note, and that's usually like the main scent, and in this case, it's Jasmine Sambac. And then the base note is what you kind of get afterwards, and that's what builds together with that middle note. So in this one, the base note is called benzoin, which doesn't sound that amazing, but it's basically like a vanilla scent. So I think that's kind of what warms up this jasmine scent, and that's why I like it so much, you guys. I mean, it's just like, I could wear this all the time. If you're not really into like a richly scented perfume, I would wear this in the evening or at night for like a date, but I personally love this kind of a scent, and so I would wear it all the time. Scent number 2 is this one from Diptyque, and it's called Eau de Scents. This is an eau de toilette. So when it's an eau de toilette, it means it's a little bit lighter. It's not as rich of a scent as a parfum. And I like this one because the notes in it are it's very much a daytime perfume, especially as like we get into the spring and the summer. The top notes are orange blossom and bitter orange. I actually think it's the main scent that you get from this perfume, but it's the first scent that you pick up when you put this on, and it reminds me of summer. It's very light and citrusy and pretty, but the middle note, which is the heart note again, is juniper berry, and that starts to have more of like an earthy scent to it, and I really like the way that mixes together because, again, I really like the deep, rich scents. It takes that citrusy, like springtime scent and makes it a little bit deeper and rich for me, which is perfect. And then I really love what the base notes do to it, patchouli and angelica. And I know some people get a little bit scared when they hear that there's patchouli in something, but if you like that like earthy scent, the way it mixes together with the orange blossom and the bitter orange is really, really, really pretty. So you might actually be surprised the way this smells together. When I smell it, I get like almost like a sweet scent with like pepper, and I like it. I like it for daytime, and it's got a deep, rich scent to it, which is, you know, that's my stilo. Perfume number 3 is this one by Skylar, and the scent is called Arrow. This is an eau de toilette, and I discovered Skylar while I was pregnant, and I really liked the concept. I was very aware of my scents. I love perfume. I'm obsessed with perfume, and one of the times that I was actually very aware of it though was when I was pregnant, because you start to, first off, like strong scents can make you feel a little bit sick. And second, I feel like scent is one of those things where when you're sensitive or you have sensitive skin, you're sensitive to smell, you're worried about anything like toxins or chemicals, scent is one of those things that people kind of shy away from, especially while they're pregnant. And I basically stopped wearing perfume while I was pregnant because I don't know, I was just really sensitive to it, and it was really hard for me because I'm obsessed with perfume. But the concept of Skylar is that they're basically free of parabens and toxic chemicals. They're made with essential oils and organic oils. All the perfume scents are also made with organic sugarcane alcohol, which, to be fair, I don't really know too much about the difference of that, but I do like that they're trying to make something that's like a cleaner perfume. And most importantly, they're hypoallergenic, which is what made me interested in them in the first place. I think it's really hard to get organic, toxin-free perfumes right, and I think they're doing it with theirs. I love this Arrow scent. You guys can guess what it probably smells like. It's got a deep, dark, seductive scent to it. The highlighted notes, I didn't see on their website anything about like top and base and middle notes and all that stuff, but they do have featured scents. And the featured scents are neroli, patchouli, tonka bean, and vanilla. But I also looked a little bit deeper, and there's of course like jasmine and rose, and when you put all those different scents together, you basically get me. Perfume number 4. This is by Atelier Cologne, and I discovered them about a year ago, and I love their perfumes. I mean, I'm talking about perfumes, and I love perfumes, so you're just gonna keep hearing me say, I love this, I love that, I love this. Basically what I'm showing you are the perfumes that I love, including brands. This Atelier Cologne, you can tell that there's been a lot of thought put into it, and I feel like they treat perfume making and scent making the way like a mixologist at a bar would really like, you know, like at a speakeasy, a really cool speakeasy would put together like a really beautiful drink for you, a cocktail. I feel like the same thing goes into all of the perfumes from Atelier Cologne. This is their 1 fluid ounce size, and it's actually lasting me a lot because it's such a strong, like, beautiful scent that you don't need to like overdo it. You don't need to like spritz and spritz and spritz. You need like really just like 1 spritz, dab, dab, and dab, and you're good to go. It has like a deep, rich scent, but just like that Diptyque scent, it has more of like a daytime, nice, fresh, springtime scent to it. The top notes are juniper berry and mandarin, so we've kind of heard this before. So there's like that orangey, citrusy scent with the juniper berry that gives it that earthy scent to it. The middle notes, which are the heart notes, are star anise, pepper, and clementine. So again, more citrusy, a little bit of that peppery scent to it that I like, and a little bit of sweetness from that star anise. But if you've ever actually smelled star anise, it reminds me of like a Christmas cookie, but it's not strong, I promise. It's not a strong scent in here. I think when you mix it all together, it brings out that like peppery, citrusy scent to it. And then the base notes are Haitian vetiver, sandalwood, and cypress. You would think that this would smell a lot like the Diptyque scent that I showed you guys, but it doesn't. This one actually has more of like a lighter, refreshing scent to it. There was a summer that I spent in Spain. There were like specific perfumes I would smell all the women wearing and everything, and it was just very like European to me. There's something about like the trendy scents there that are different, that it's just something different about what you smell here, and that's what this reminds me of. This reminds me of like a scent you would smell on like a very beautiful European woman. Last, you guys, my absolute all-time favorite perfume. I have been wearing this perfume since I was in 8th grade, I kid you not. It was my first expensive perfume that I bought because I used to wear Vanilla Fields. I don't know if you guys remember Vanilla Fields, but it was available at drugstores like Walgreens. So I eventually moved on to become a little bit more refined, I guess, and I bought my first Chanel perfume. My original intention, you guys, was to go to the makeup counter at the mall and buy Chanel No. 5 because I thought that's what like fancy women wore. And then I smelled it and I was like, this is disgusting. I actually don't like No. 5. Sorry guys, if you like it, I'm sorry, but it reminds me of an old lady. So I saw this perfume sitting there at the counters, and this, you guys, I bought. It was in the 90s, just so you know. I saw this and I smelled it and I fell in love with this perfume. And what is so funny is I've never actually looked up what the notes are in this perfume, but we just looked it up now and it completely makes sense to me because you're gonna see there's like a theme here, and I guess, you guys, my perfume style it started when I was a little girl apparently, because I've always basically worn the same type of fragrances because they're all mixed into this basically. So the top notes are mandarin, you know, like the orangey scent. And there's also bergamot, which is also like an orangey citrusy scent. And there's also like a lemon. And then there's lily of the valley, which gives it just a light floral scent to it. And for the heart notes, there's jasmine, of course. There's rosewood, hyacinth, and iris. And basically, it's like my favorite scents of flowers all in one row. And then the base notes that like round it out and bring the whole scent together are vetiver and oak moss. And vetiver, as you guys heard, was in the Atelier Cologne perfume that I love. And then the oak moss, you know, it's all just kind of like making it a little bit more earthy, a little bit more dark, and a little bit more seductive and pretty. So it's taking like that sweet and mixing it with that dark. I guess I like that yin and the yang, I guess. I have never met anyone who wears this perfume. When I tell people about it, they seem to have never heard about it. And I can't believe that. I can't believe that this isn't one of the more popular perfumes from Chanel, because it, like I said, it is my absolute favorite. It has been my favorite since I was in 8th grade, and I still absolutely love it. So those are my top 5 favorite perfumes. I think it's actually really funny that I have a very distinct I guess, scent style. And I only realized it now. I'm like a woman in my 30s, and I'm only realizing as I put this video together that I basically like the same exact thing over and over and over again. But hey, at least I know what I like. Share with me in the comments, you guys, what perfumes you like, and if you have a similar style or if yours is different. And find me on Instagram at Susan Yara, because I share a lot more there. I share a lot of beauty and stuff about my baby and just life in general. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.